Could be quite a tennis match. That young lady right there, Mandlikova, is 23 years of age from Prague, Czechoslovakia. She is ranked number 3. Her 85 record 17-3, and her career earnings just over $1.5 million. Not bad for 23 years of age. This is how she got to the final. Very easy match, as you can see, and a very easy, surprising win over Navratilova last night, 7-6, 6-love. So she has cruised. On the other hand, Lindqvist, very nice young lady from Sweden. This is her first big final in the United States. She is 21 years of age from Sweden, ranked number 15. Her 85 record 15-3, and has won almost $77,000 in career earnings. This is how she got to the final, a 3-set match in the first round, and then straight set victories, defeating Tanvier in the semifinals yesterday afternoon. So we're about set to go. Hana Mandlikova to serve first, and Virginia, we can expect Mandlikova to attack and Lindquist to try to counterattack, make the passing shots.
Stay basically on the baseline, but hitting the ball very hard.
Go!
Love.
When you're nervous starting a match, Virginia, you normally don't move as well, do you? Sort of feel a little heavy in the legs?
Without question, and so I think you have to make a conscious effort to hustle a little bit.
Love.
We think you viewers will really enjoy this young lady's backhand particularly. She's an all-around player, but her backhand is an absolutely marvelous stroke.
40, love.
You recall Katerina saying that she takes the ball early, and when she gets an opponent out of position, she can hit the ball into the open court and take advantage of it.
Game Mandlikova. She wins the first game of the match.
So Mandlikova wins the first game of the first set. And we want to give you a little peek at the stroke production on the backhand of Katerina Lindqvist.
Well, if you watch, she gets the ball, her racket back very early. That time she pulled up slightly, but the thing that's fantastic with this backhand is that she, if we watch there, her preparation is ready. She's nicely turned with her hips and her shoulders. Now she just comes straight through that and steps in at the same time. And you'll find that she stays down very nicely on the backhand. Another little look at it. Watch how the racket goes all the way through the ball, right through to the other side. Now we can also see how well Katerina moves. She's one of the players who likes to be on her toes, exactly what you would teach any beginner. Now that was an absolutely magnificent backhand. That one went down the line. She can as
These
easily
players
go.
have played 3 times thus far. We'll show you those scores, and the first 2 times Mandlikova was able to win, first in Italy on clay, then at Wimbledon on grass. But in 1985, Katerina Lindqvist won 6-1 in the 3rd set down in Florida. So it's 2-1 in favor of Mandlikova. But as you can see, all very close scores.
And Katerina has really made her tremendous progress since about the latter half of last year. So she is definitely getting better all the time. Serving, love 1 first set. A full house here.
Now.
15, love.
Someone asked Katerina in a press conference yesterday if she was going to serve and volley to win. They said that's the only way you can serve and beat someone like this. And she said, I don't serve and volley. We'll take another look at that.
Love.
Here comes Lindqvist into the net. Mandlikova stretched out. Does a good job get the ball down, so Lindqvist volleys defensively. We come back to live action. First serves a fault.
It's a good forehand from Mandlikova. She's been very aggressive on the ball herself. A little bit quicker and more eager than I've seen her lately.
30 all.
Virginia, they call
30 all.
Mandlikova unpredictable. That makes it difficult to play against, doesn't it? Because you don't know what she's going to do.
Well, she's so good when she's good.
She can be streaky.
And I would say that her forehand was her strength, but I've seen her hitting so many fantastic backhand passing shots that I don't know that it is anymore.
40-30.
You see a shot like that she just missed. I feel that that's a bad error at 30 all, because if she went for a little bit less, she would have still made a good shot. And it may be just a little early in the match to be so aggressive.
She may be a little nervous. I'm sure they both are nervous.
She wants to establish herself with hard hitting early in the match, too.
Deuce.
Surprise tactic, a drop shot off the return of serve.
That's excellent play. It's hard to produce, but sometimes it isn't a bad idea when you game point down.
Advantage, Mandlikova.
Good, powerful forehand by Mandlikova. Gets her to break point. You'll see Mandlikova looking to the side. Her coach, Betty Stova, is sitting on the side of the court, and she's looking for some eye contact. Just missed it. Oh, she called it
Game
good.
Mandlikova. She leads 2-love.
It was called good, so a break for Mandlikova. Virginia, how do you think that was? We'll take another look at it right here. We'll see if you, or our viewers be the judge.
Might have nudged the edge of the line. Very difficult.
Very close. At any rate, back to live action. 2-love, Mandlikova serving.
Love 15.
It's obvious that the other great thing about this backhand of Lindquist is that it's very hard to read. She does normally go with the passing shots down the line, but she still takes the ball so far out in front and conceals which direction she's going.
Love 30.
This would be an awfully big game for Lindqvist to win, to get settled down and get back on serve.
Love 40.
Slightly sloppy forehand from Mandlikova. Had the feeling she was concentrating so hard on her serve that she forgot the ball might come back so hard.
(15-40).
Still 2 break points for Lindqvist on the right of your screen. 2-love, first set, women's indoor finals.
Lindquist.
Katarina Lindquist breaks back. So we come back. She'll be serving at 1-2. U.S. Women's Indoor Championships, Princeton, New Jersey. Virginia
Time.
Wade and Tony Trabert. A very unpredictable week. And we end up in the finals with number 3 seeded Hana Mandlikova against number 6 seeded Katarina Lindqvist. And it is 1-2 first set.
Love.
We're going to see quite a bit of that from both players because they have such solid ground strokes and they both go for their shots. They're not tentative at all.
30. Love.
The beauty of this Betty Stove, who's Hannah's coach, she must have been very happy last night.
I spoke with Betty after the match. She's nodding, said, go. That's what she meant.
30-15.
I asked Betty if Hana was going to do anything differently in the match, and she said no, she's going to try to play her good, solid tennis. And if she does that, she's going to be in good shape. They're working on her concentration.
30 all.
Hannah also has definitely lost a few pounds. She's trimmed up just that little extra bit, and she's lean and she's eager. You can notice so quickly the eagerness in there, just in their general posture on the court. She's ready to attack every ball. She's sort of, the adrenaline is flowing the whole time she's seeing it.
Out. 30-40.
And break point for Mandlikova, and it is really vital, I think, Virginia, that Lindqvist hang on to that serve the first couple times to stay close and stay into the match so she doesn't get steamrolled.
Deuce.
Good play, but you have to make that ball get into the court in a point like that. It was a big point. Yes, Katarina is a comparative novice at finals of major tournaments. Isn't that a picture?
Advantage Lindquist.
It's such a good serve, you wonder why they don't take it in the air. But if you can hit ground strokes like that, you don't need to.
Deuce.
Good shot.
Katarina's won a couple of the Ginny tournaments, which are some of the smaller tournaments, but this is her first major final, and I'm sure she's still a little bit nervous. Only 21 years of age.
Advantage Mandlikova.
Her first major win was last year in October when she won a tournament in Stuttgart. And suddenly we were saying, heavens, you know, she's come right to the top very quickly.
Very good play. A lot of pressure put on Mandlikova by that youngster.
Deuce.
Here's another look at it. She says she's not too comfortable at the net, Lindqvist, but she came in and made a very nice, quiet volley into the open court. Come back live at deuce. Great shot. Oh, she likes that one. Nice smile on her face. Take another look.
Advantage Lindquist.
Watch Lindqvist. Watch the ball as she runs back. A novice will take their eyes off the ball and then not know where it is. Sometimes it even hits them in the back. She gets around it and makes a good shot. We come back live. Advantage Lindqvist. It's good.
Ball is out. Deuce.
The umpire overrules the base linesman. Hana's relieved. And it's deuce. Katarina didn't blink an eye.
She does this tactic very
Advantage
often.
Lindquist.
She serves out wide to get her opponent out of position a little bit. As the open court hits it so early, there's no way of covering.
Candy Patano, the chair umpire, talked with her last night. She's looking forward to doing this match. Great shot. Again, the backhand of Lindqvist.
Game Lindquist.
A look of
2-all.
relief on her face.
she gets a kick out of hitting the ball well.
I asked her if she was going to play tentatively, and she said there's no purpose in that. I never play that way. I've got to go play the way I know how to play. I hope everyone's enjoying watching the gracefulness of both players, the beautiful strokes they have. They're orthodox. There are no two-handed shots, and I'm not saying anything wrong with two-handed shots, but it's fun to see two attractive people play the game so smoothly, so fluently.
Well, that's really the key, that they classic players, but they hit the ball with very economic use of energy. Smooth. I get such a kick out of this backhand of hers. She just has such confidence and goes for it so early.
Great serve.
Serve.
30-15.
Just long.
40-15.
You will see very little emotion from that young lady. She concentrates very well.
Ball.
Fell over.
Game Mandlikova. She leads
Mandlikova holds
3-2.
serve, and she now leads 3-2 in the first set of the women's indoor final. Live, the U.S. Women's Indoor Championship, Princeton, New Jersey. The young Swede hanging tough at 2-3 first set. And what a day we have for our CBS viewers. Coming up next, college basketball, either Metro or Big 8 final. Then CBS Sports Saturday, America's Downhill from Aspen, and then World's Figure Skating Championships from Tokyo. So we hope you'll stay with us for a fantastic day of sports on CBS. Waiting for some spectators to get seated.
Yeah, the tournament has drawn very well. They were oversold last night.
Love 15.
We talked to Katerina about someone taking advantage of her second serve. She said that's always a problem. There's a first serve percentage. Lindqvist 72%. She said, I've got to get my first serve in, take some speed off.
Love 30.
Another good forehand from Mandlikova. She's hitting that ball with a touch more spin, and I always felt that what made her erratic was the fact that her shots were a little bit too flat and didn't have any margin of error on, and she's, excuse me, she seems to be correcting that.
15-30.
Mandlikova, that is, I was talking about, that was another good backhand from Katerina Lindquist.
30 all.
Virginia Lindquist, obviously an up-and-coming star. That you have a lot of good people playing in women's tennis. A lot of youngsters on the way up, and this is one of them. Oh, Mandlikova guessed right.
30-40.
Watch Mandlikova in the far court. Wait. And bingo, cross-court backhand of her own.
Now's her opportunity. Second serve, 30-40.
Just missed it.
Game Mandlikova. She leads 4-2.
That's the third service break in this first set. just about the situation. You expect Mandlikova to start picking up the pressure on the returns of serve and attacking more, and that's, I think, what Lindqvist expects to happen.
15, love.
Good serve. I certainly would choose to serve onto Lindqvist's forehand rather than that excellent backhand.
Virginia, there has
30,
been
love.
a lot of conversation about Mandlikova's concentration. Do you think she's learned to do it better?
I definitely do. I think her mind is there, and she knows now that she has to do it in order to win, and she's getting a kick out of doing it.
30, 15.
You know, sometimes, although you know that it's the right thing to do, you don't get results immediately, and so you get a little bit sloppy. Once you really have that belief and go after it, it finally begins to pay off. It's called hard work.
Now.
30, all.
Hana Mandlikova always seems to peak really in the indoor tournaments. Last year she won 5 tournaments at the beginning of the year, all indoors.
And didn't win another one.
And then didn't win another one. It's very strange. Pretty consistent year, but nothing major after that.
Break point.
30, 40.
We just talked about concentration. I think Hana's played a very loose game right here. Oh, great shot off the backhand. Katerina Lindqvist breaks right back. Mandlikova leads 4-3 first set.
Game, Lindquist. Mandlikova leads 4.
Computerland, the world's largest computer retailer, presents Martina Navratilova with a tip on
concentration. Distractions can destroy your game. You have to work at concentration. Block out everything around you. Forget about the next court, the gallery, everything except your game. Concentrate and you'll know exactly where the ball is on every shot.
There's only one #1 in tennis, and there's only one #1 in computer retailing. Computerland. Thanks, Martina.
The road to the U.S. Open starts here with the kids. Instruction and guidance provided by the United States Tennis Association through its grassroots programs. Arthur Ashe.
You're never too young to learn or too old to play.
Jimmy Arias began playing competitive tennis.
Oh, great shot off the backhand. Katerina Lindqvist breaks right back. Mandlikova leads 4-3 first set.
Game, Lindquist. Mandlikova leads 4.
Computerland, the world's largest computer retailer, presents Martina Navratilova with a tip on
Concentration. Distractions can destroy your game. You have to work at concentration. Block out everything around you. Forget about the next court, the gallery, everything except your game. Concentrate and you'll know exactly where the ball is on every shot.
There's only one #1 in tennis, and there's only one #1 in computer retailing. Computerland. Thanks, Martina.
The road to the U.S. Open starts here with the kids. Instruction and guidance provided by the United States Tennis Association through its grassroots programs. Arthur Ashe.
You're never too young to learn or too old to play.
Jimmy Arias began playing competitive tennis in 1973. At 19, he made it to the semifinals of the 1983 U.S. Open. Now he gives his time and talent to others.
If you keep your arms relaxed and you relax, you'll be perfect.
Tennis for America. The USTA makes it happen.
When you turned on CBS today, you probably thought you'd see Martina Navratilova, but this young lady, Mandlikova, defeated her last night in the semifinals in a tournament of upsets.
Love 15.
Let's take a look at what happened to our seeded players. Navratilova lost in the semis, but look at how some of the other players lost early. The 7th and 8th seeds in the first round, the 5th seed in the second round, a couple others in the third round. So it has been a very unpredictable week, but we have 2 young, talented people out here in the final. Good shot.
Oh, yes.
Mandlikova
Love
was
30.
2 steps, perhaps, behind the service line when she made contact with that ball. That means it's not a very good second serve. It was shallow, no sting on it. carefully, didn't she?
Yes, I think she changed her mind. You said that her concentration maybe went down a little bit in the last game, but what I noticed with her is that it doesn't upset her if she plays a couple of loose shots.
15-40.
Double break point for Mandlikova would give her a 5-3 lead in the first set.
Ball.
It's long.
30-40.
Virginia, when you get past a couple of players in the women's tennis that really have good offensive serves, the rest of them really just sort of start the point where they're trying to stay out of trouble.
Well, there's some pretty good solid serves, but not what you would call great serves around.
Still break point.
Game Mandlikova.
Very questionable call.
The ball was out. Mandlikova leads 5-3.
I frankly don't think Hana thought it was out. It's the way she looked. She has a service break and leads 5-3. You can usually tell, Virginia, when you watch the player's reaction, can't you?
Exactly, and she seemed to play that ball, you're right.
15, love.
Excellent serve.
Love.
Almost missed it.
40, love.
Triple set point for Hana Mandlikova, the number 3 seeded player.
Ball.
40, 15.
First double of the match.
I'm quite sure that double was not because she was nervous at 40 love. I think she just went for too much.
It's a double set. There's game in first set.
Mandlikova.
Mandlikova 6 games to 3, and we'll be back after this message and a word from your local station.
Please take
To be
your
the
seats.
best player in the world, you had to be a true champion. We have one next to us, Martina Navratilova. You're nice to come up, and we enjoy having you here.
Thank you.
And we want to get your expertise these next couple
Sit
of games.
anywhere, please. Anywhere
What has your
that's
opinion
available.
been
Well,
so far?
All I saw is the last 2 games, and Hana seems to be playing as well as she did last night, just going for her shots. I think she's improved her forehand and is moving really well, hitting the ball on the run very well, and is being pretty aggressive.
Anything that surprised you so far?
Not today. I figured that if she just keeps playing the way she did this week as well as in
15
Oakland,
ball.
I think she's on a roll, and when she gets hot, she can keep it up. And I figured that she would keep it up today, and I was thinking that she would probably win the match.
Martina, question that we have to ask. We don't
30,
get the
15.
chance to ask you this one very often. What do you think happened last night? You don't lose very often.
Well, I wasn't that sharp. I served well, but I didn't volley well, which usually is the other way around. I always volley well. But of the 6 games in the first set, 4 of them that
30
Hana won,
ball.
4 of them I had game points in, and the other 2 went to deuce. And whereas she only won 1 game when I had a game point, and I only won 1 game when she had a game point, and I just had so many chances and was fighting so hard, and I couldn't believe I actually lost the set, and then my heart was
40,
gone.
30.
The second set, I just didn't have the heart in it, which I'm disappointed with myself because I've never done that, and it'll never happen again.
Might
But
mean you're a
Hana
little
just really
tired.
played well. I think I've been playing too much, and I'm still playing the next 2 weeks, so I have to regroup and get myself organized here.
Well, you're in such demand. I mean, everybody wants you to play, so you have to keep everybody happy.
Advantage Lindquist, and now deuce.
Deuce.
A very important game, the first game of the second set.
Well, I think Hana still stays aggressive, and you can only hit so many passing shots, and this surface is very fast. It's hard to hit those passing shots very accurately.
Last night during the second set, Hana finally missed a passing shot, and I heard you sort of mumble. She finally missed one. She had a fantastic set, didn't she?
Yeah, she had a run. She was just flying high. Couldn't miss a shot.
You sorry you're not out here today?
Well, yeah, finally you get a great crowd, a great lights thanks to CBS.
Katerina Lindquist has won the first game of the second set. Mandlikova won the first set. Martina, you've played Katerina. As a matter of fact, you were in a 3-set dogfight with her in Florida about a month ago. After this point's over, I'd like you to talk a little bit about her and her game.
Okay. Hello. Hana still keeps making those. Well, Katerina hits really hard from both sides, but especially has a great backhand, always goes over it, and has uncanny, accurate passing shots, and moves pretty well for a big girl, but doesn't really have a weakness. She just goes for it and keeps making it. I played her in Florida, the 3-set match, and I played a pretty good match. I was very lucky to win it, 6-4 in the third. And I played her 1 week before that, and I just was making all the shots and still had a tough, I think, 3-2 match. I think she can be definitely top 10 or top 5 material, if not better.
I think after this tournament, the point she'll win will get her into the top 10, and that's been her goal for this year. Staying there is something else.
She's got a great backhand.
It's strange how she suddenly started to improve at the end of last year. In fact, at the end of '83, she even went back and did some studies and started off last year from fresh. I can't help thinking that when Karina Karlsson, her countrywoman, did so well at Wimbledon, she suddenly thought, hey, maybe I should do it as well. I'm better than she is.
That's right.
30-15. Martina, you were passed cleanly quite a few times last night by Hana. She is unpredictable. Her strokes are hard to read, aren't they?
Well, as a baseline, I mean, as a net volleyer, I'd like to cover the line, down the line passing shots, but Hana prefers to go cross court, especially off the backhand. But she takes a big swing, and
40, 30.
You never know where it's going to go, so you just sort of take a guess.
Well, Katerina certainly likes to pass down the line. And I saw that Hana is covering the line more.
Game, Mandlikova. She wins. Games are 1-all.
If you know Katerina likes to pass down the line, don't you want to cover it a little early and force her to make her secondary shot, sort of take that away from her?
You definitely want to force her to go cross court, definitely.
Tell her early that you know what she's going to do.
Right. There was no let.
Got to play a let.
There was no let.
Oh, you can't.
Both players say it's a let. You got to play a let.
Replay point.
Good idea.
Same thing.
What happened? Hana hit the return and said let out loud, so Katerina didn't even try to hit it back, and they said no let. She'd been out of point.
Good. See that forehand? She's really hitting a lot more topspin on the forehand than she used to.
Let's see where she was.
Oh, she's stepping into it.
Real close.
Thinking about Hana and her forehand. You said you noticed in the warm-up yesterday when you played her.
Yeah, she always has taken a big swing, but she was getting under the ball and hitting topspin, which she usually hit it flat. Now her forehand's improved quite a bit. See right there?
Well, it was always that lack of margin of error that got her into trouble, I felt.
Especially on the slower courts.
I think a bit of a miss hit by Lindquist. Hana gets cross court.
30.
The ball went right down the center of the court for a winner.
I think she was trying to go cross court, but mishit it down the middle.
15-30.
That's hooked in. Beautiful.
15-40.
And double break point for Hana Mandlikova. Here's another look. The forehand, the looping top
Coming
spin.
inside out. Mike calls it the banana hook. Hooks it inside the court.
This is live action.
Oh my goodness.
Mandlikova's down but not hurt. She made a couple of sensational diving shots against you last night and won both points.
She dove about
30,
4
40.
times and won every single one of them.
Here's another look at it. Good bracket preparation. And we come back live. Here's the rest of that previous point. Down she goes, protects herself as she falls. Says, well, if you don't miss it, you got it.
Hana's knees are all battered up from this week.
Back live at deuce. Oh, there's some shot.
My father always told me don't hit drop shots off the serve. Maybe I
Advantage
shouldn't have listened to
Mandlikova.
him. That was a beautiful shot.
Well, it really is based a low percentage try. But if you can get in as close to the service line as Hana did that time, you got a better chance. Break point.
Just
Game.
Double
Mandlikova.
fault.
She
So
leads
Hana
2-1.
Mandlikova has the first service break of the second set. She leads 2-1.
Computerland, the world's largest computer retailer, presents Martina Navratilova with a tip on
playing the net. Always try to meet the ball in front of you. And it's crucial to hit the ball before it hits you or goes by you. So, shorten your stroke and you can handle anything. Except, of course, the lob.
There's only one #1 in tennis, and there's only one #1 in computer retailing. Computerland. Thanks, Martina.
I'd like to remind you that later today on CBS Sports Saturday, you can see Bill Johnson try to defend his title in America's Downhill, a World Cup event from Aspen, Colorado. And we'll begin our coverage of the World Figure Skating Championship from Tokyo with the men's and pairs competition. That's later today on CBS Sports Saturday.
Love 15.
This U.S. Indoor Championship is being played in Jadwin Gymnasium, Princeton University. Delighted to have Virginia Wade and Martina Navratilova with us.
All.
A lot of talent.
Well, Hana's covering the net really well. I found yesterday, even when I hit where she was guessing the wrong way, she was still able to come back and hit the volley. And she's reacting really quickly and moving better than ever before, I think.
15-30.
I know. I mean, I think in a way we've missed the fact that Hana hasn't really fulfilled her potential consistently over the last few years. I think women's tennis has really lacked it, and it's a real joy to see her coming back in the sort of form she should have.
And she's been really happy, too. I mean, she's
She
been
does.
talkative. She's been very friendly. I've become good friends with her again after we've had some problems last year, and it's a lot more pleasurable to play her this way.
Yeah.
30 all.
Martina, this is a pretty vital game for Katerina. Down a service break, down a set.
Well, it's always good to break right back whenever you lose your serve. Don't let your opponent solidify the break. But of course, with Hana's serve, she's been serving really well, going for the big serve. but if Katarina doesn't break here, she'll be in real trouble. Shots like that, she said, okay.
The incredible thing to me is when all of you make those kind of shots, you just walk over like it's another day at the office. Baloney, it's not that easy.
Well, it's funny, when you hit a shot like that, it seems easy. It's when you miss them that you say, God,
Feels
this is so tough. And when you make them, it's, oh, why can't I do this every time?
Yeah.
Big point right here. Oh, Hana, you didn't do that yesterday.
Games are 2-all.
So on a double fault, Lindquist breaks back and gets even at 2-all.
I know one break isn't really enough to take it easy in the second set. You've really got to try to make sure that you hold that break and possibly get another break. I always think you have to bribe yourself not to let up in a match.
Well, of course, when you lose the first set, you have nothing to lose.
Uh-oh. That would have been in without hitting the net.
But Katarina can relax now and just go for her shots. All the opening jitters are over now. She doesn't go for it, she loses the match, so she might as well just open it up.
She missed it, I think.
No,
Yep.
Oh, God,
Yep.
that was it.
Low 30.
Yep, she missed it. Martina, take a look and you describe it for us.
Well, Katarina took the short ball, came in. Of course, I knew Hana was going to get this one. I really did think that the ball was in, but...
I believe that the umpire overruled correctly and called it in.
Twice she's done that. Good hustle by both players.
They're really stretching each other to the limit right now.
We make the difficult ball and miss the somewhat easier one. Like
early.
15.
Another thing that Hana was doing yesterday was running around her backhand return and hitting forehands, which she never ever used to do before. She would either just swing on either forehand or backhand or chip and come in off the backhand. But now she's running around off the court, hitting the forehand because of the topspin. She has the confidence in it.
Double break point. And there is a break for Hana Mandlikova. She now leads 3 games to 2 in the second set. She's won the first set 6-3.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Connors, and I'm going to make you a better tennis player. Every month in Tennis Magazine. Tennis, #1 tennis magazine in the world. #1 in keeping you up to date, helping you to enjoy and improve your game with sound and practical instructions from the world's top teachers like Ash, Hopman, Trabert, Vandermeer, Braden, and even me.
With news, insights, and updates on all the top players and on the bright new stars. With Tell It Like It Is articles on tennis equipment, apparel, and vacation ideas. Now you can get tennis at a bargain rate.
Call 800-228-6600 toll-free, and you can get 12 issues of Tennis Magazine for only $9.97, less than half the newsstand price. Call right now, and you'll get free the booklet Jimmy Connors on winning serves and ground strokes. That's 12 issues of tennis, plus the Jimmy Connors booklet for only $9.97. But you must call now, 800-228-6600.
Don't forget, we've got a date right here every month.
Martina, I know you have to play doubles right after this, and time permitting, we'll be showing some of that match as bonus coverage. We appreciate you being with us, and we hope you feel well and continue good luck. Thanks
Thank you very much.
a lot.
Enjoyed it. Thanks.
Mandlikova to serve, 3-2 second set. She's won the first set 6 games to 3.
15, low. Sorry. Out. 30, low.
Virginia, I can't help but think of what a class act Martina is to come up here. You know, she's obviously disappointed having not been playing in the finals herself. She's a quality lady to come up and be nice and cordial.
Well, she's always been an awfully good sport, and last night she was just very complimentary to Hana, and no grudges at all. It's great. I don't actually think that the general public sees enough of those really excellent qualities that she has. And she's one of the kindest, most generous people really around.
It's 40-love. Mandlikova trying to stretch her lead to 4-2 in the second set.
That's too good.
Hana just smiles, but you know, that's also what Hana does to other people. They look and all they can do is shrug and say, wow, just too tough.
Game Mandlikova. She leads 4-2.
When you're playing well, the balls go for you, the breaks go with you, but it's not luck, you know, it's just that you make your own luck. If you're hitting the ball that much better, you probably are going to encourage it to go over. So she played an excellent game there, having lost her previous serve. Katerina in trouble, 2-4.
I've got to think that Hana likes this kind of tennis because she likes to hit the ball hard with style, and Katerina does the same thing. So she likes that pace.
I know exactly what you mean. There's some players who give you a beautiful rhythm and you feel good against them. Much more satisfying.
30 love.
She hit that ball well. Just aimed slightly wrong.
Second serve was a little better, too, by Lindquist. A little more sting to it, a little more depth.
40 love.
Do you think, Hana, is there a chance that she might lose some concentration being in a big final like this?
Well, knowing how her past has been, it's possible, but I think she's just so confident because she's hitting the ball so well that I don't think it's even dangerous. I think she can pull herself back.
40-15.
Mind you, you know, at 4-2, you really like to try to win this game so that you can get a nice gap and go and serve out for the match. Even at 40 love, you should fight.
40-30.
I don't think there are many people playing the game that can make that kind of a shot.
You know, years ago when she was still working with Vera Sukova, she used to practice that shot so many times.
Deuce.
So from 40 love, Hana pulls it up to deuce. Crucial time now.
Well, exactly right. You should definitely fight at 40 love because deuce is a comfortable method. Excellent. So that's the first serve for Katerina. So you see, she can hit serves hard.
She's only 5'5", so it's she's not serving out of a tree like the big people.
Deuce.
That is the one area that I think Katerina has to work on, is she takes that same long backswing, and if that ball's hit really hard at her, she doesn't have as much time. That makes her late and have to sort of flick at it.
Yes, she sometimes gets off the back foot on the forehand, particularly.
Advantage Lindquist.
Now, a shot like that, she took a full swing on, and normally you would encourage people to take a shorter swing, but she has awfully quick hands, so she gets away with this bigger swing of hers.
Good shot. Good point.
Yes, but by quick hands, Tony, you know what I mean? I mean that you can just get your racket back and forward in one quick motion. Most people would not be able to get the forward momentum early enough with this size swing.
Yeah, you normally want a shorter preparation, but still a follow-through for control on the approach shots and the short balls.
Advantage, Mandlikova.
Now a break point for Mandlikova, which would give her a 5-2 lead with 2 service breaks, and it would seem that would be a huge nail in the coffin of Lindquist.
Deuce. Let first service.
How does Hana come in? Try the drop shot? Neither one.
Out. Advantage, Mandlikova.
Another break point for Hana.
Hana is pretty relaxed out there. I think she just feels great playing.
I think she's pretty confident she's going to win this match.
Tennis is so much a matter of confidence and feel.
Darn good under pressure.
Advantage, Lindquist.
It's interesting. We talk about Hana as almost a veteran at age 23. Lindqvist, a rookie at age 21. It just depends how long you've been up there and how much experience you've had. Going for that first serve a little bit more might be in desperation.
Time.
So after a struggle, Katarina Lindquist holds her serve. Mandlikova leads 4-3, second set. Mr. J. Randolph Gregson, President-elect USTA. Rand, you'll be taking over for Hunter De La Tour in about 3 weeks. He will also be out for the presentation. The gold and silver balls emblematic of the runner-up and winner of the national championships. So we'll be carrying that presentation. Had a nice breakfast with Randy. He's looking forward to taking over the helm of the USTA. They do a great job.
Well, it's nice to see he's always been around the game. Interesting.
Missed it.
15, love.
Sometimes when she gets that shorter ball, which is staring her in the face, she just goes for a little bit too much. Maybe could be slightly more cautious. You know, you don't need to hit a brilliant shot of that. Well, that was
15
close.
all.
Close to looking like a magnificent shot. It's a big game for Hana. She needs to just play a nice, comfortable game here. Hold her serve.
Oh, it's too bad. 2 easy misses by Katarina. Those are costly. She might have rushed that one a little bit.
Yeah, she does. She just tends to rush those.
She's a youngster.
She had the whole court. That's right. It just looks a little bit like inexperience. You know, you get taught to
40,
take
50.
advantage of the short balls, and it's so much in your mind that I've got to do something with it that you panic a little bit instead of saying, okay, well, all I need to do is put it where they aim.
Stay calm. Make your stroke. 40-15.
Oh, yes.
40, 30. Game, Mandlikova.
Superb serve.
40-30. Game, Mandlikova.
Superb serve.
She leads 5-3.
The winner receives $30,000, runner-up $15,000, but that title is what's so important to them. Not that the money isn't.
15, love.
Last night, as soon as Hana got off the court and finished the press conference, she made a phone call. I said, "Who'd you call?" She said, "My dad in Prague." And I said, "Well, you know, how do you do that?" She just pushed some buttons. I said, "Well, who pays for it?" She said, "Credit card." So she was obviously very thrilled and wanted her family that she had been successful.
Yeah. As Martina said, she is happy at the moment, relaxed.
Not good setup that time.
No, and I think knowing that her favorite shot is down the line and seeing Hana move over there, she took her eye off the ball a little bit, wasn't too questions about where to go.
Out. 30-15. All.
That, I believe, is the one time that you really can't hit a roll backhand. The ball is bouncing so low around there that you have to get under it and stay under it as you hit it.
Particularly if you're going over the highest part of the net, it makes it tougher.
Out. 40-30.
So Lindqvist holds her serve, and when we come back, Hana Mandlikova will be serving for the match. And we'll be back after this message and a word from your local station. Hana Mandlikova will be serving for the match at 5-4 in the second set.
And this match is not by any means necessarily over. Hana has really to concentrate on this game here. Good serve.
15, love.
You know, you get a little bit edgy when you're going to serve for the match, and you have to take a little bit more time, try to relax as you serve, and make sure you get your first serves in.
It's amazing how tough it is to close out a match. You got the serve for the match, and it's not an easy game. I don't care how well you serve.
It's you're so eager to get the match over and done with. You don't really want to go through any more dirty work out there, and it's so easy to let your mind wander, think you're already ahead.
Looked like that ball hit on the paint on the service line and skidded through quicker.
15-30.
So Hana down 15-30. The young Swede trying to stay in this match. Good.
Yes.
And double break point for Lindqvist.
15-40.
Super shot by the young Swede, and she breaks back.
Game Lindquist. Games are 5-all.
Shows a little bit of class there, youngster coming back.
Well, in fact, when they played the last time, Hana won the first set 6-3, lost the second set 7-5, and consequently the match. So this is a crisis right here.
Love 16.
You know, those memories linger on from previous matches. Good play. Again, Hana's been doing that very well today. She sees that she's put her opponent under pressure, and as soon as they are lifting the ball a touch, she sneaks in, so they don't really see her going.
So just like that, it's triple break point for the third-seeded Hana Mandlikova. Still double break point. Two break points saved by Lindquist. One more needed to get to deuce. Good. I think Hana thought it was going to go wide, though I don't know if she had a play on it.
Bounced right on the outside edge of the line.
Youngster's fighting.
Yes, she keeps hitting.
I don't think she knows anything else. She likes it that way, and she knows that's the only way she really has a chance.
Advantage, Mandlikova.
These two players have been vying for big cross-court returns, forehand returns of serve, both hitting them extraordinarily well.
Whoops.
Game, Mandlikova.
A miss hit, so Hana Mandlikova leads 6-5, and when we come back, she'll be serving for the second time for the match.
Hi, I'm Tracy Austin. Whether you're competing in the U.S. Open or at your neighborhood courts, you've been touched in some way by the United States Tennis Association. USTA not only sanctions tournament play in the United States, but also gives guidance and support to recreational tennis, the sport for a lifetime. Tennis for America, the USTA makes it happen.
A message from the United States Tennis Association.
Be sure to stay with us after the tennis for NCAA basketball coverage of Florida State versus Memphis State in the Metro Conference Championship, or you'll see Iowa State versus Oklahoma in the Big 8 Conference Championship. It's all coming up next right here on CBS Sports, the home of the NCAA Championship. Mandlikova serving for the match for the second time. Women's indoor final, $30,000 to the winner, $15,000 to the runner-up, and lots of prestige. Well, they both can make some shots. Just take another look. Little short on the approach. The ball barely hit past the service line. Gave Katerina a chance to make the forehand down the line as we come back live at 15-all. 6-5 second set.
certainly is not easy to finish off a match against a player with as good ground strokes as this. But Hana does have new balls that should be slightly to advantage with the serve.
And it is match point for Hana Mandlikova.
40-30. Juice.
Match point saved by Katarina Lindquist. Heavily top backhand approach that time. And again, match point.
Advantage, Mandlikova. First service.
Boy, it looked like it was over, didn't it? It's an interesting, too, when you at match point, do you serve for a big, hard winner, or do you try to spin a good, heavy spin in? There it is.
Game, set, and match.
So, the 1985 U.S. Indoor Women's Champion is Hana Mandlikova. We'll return to Princeton for an interview with the winner, but first, we'll go back to New York for an update on Davis Cup action, and we'll...
To Princeton now for the awards ceremony, and Tony Traber. Tony?
Thank you very much, Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a wonderful hand for two great champions? It's my pleasure to introduce the first Vice President of the USTA, Mr. Randy Gregson.
Representing the United States Tennis Association, Pat Arena, it's my privilege to give you a silver ball emblematic of being a finalist in the United States Championships. Congratulations.
Randy, I believe you have something for the winner?
I certainly do. Hana, we have this marvelous bowl for you, and also a gold ball representing a championship. Congratulations.
And now representing Computerland Corporation, the president, Barbara Millard, to make a presentation to the runner-up. Barbara?
Thank you. Computerland and our 800 stores around the world would like to first thank Princeton and, of course, the players for some very exciting tennis this last week. I'm very, very pleased to be able to present the Computerland Award for the runner-up in the singles competition. Katarina, congratulations on a great job.
Katarina, I want to congratulate you also, and I'm sure that you'd like to thank the folks here for their support.
Yes, first I would like to congratulate Hana for the win today, and she had a nice week. I think she had a nice couple of weeks before this. And I would like to thank the crowd for coming out here, and I would like to thank the sponsor for this tournament, Computerland, and our all-year sponsor, Virginia Slims, and the Princeton Bank, and then I would like to thank IMG and the tournament director, Barbara Perry.
Thank you very much. And now, Barbara, for the winner.
Right. In this tournament, all of the players have been winners many times over, but there can only be one champion, and I'm very proud to present the Computerland Award for the 1985 U.S. Women's Indoor Champion. Congratulations, Hana.